Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great week. I hope NWEA testing went well the last couple of days. Today you're going to do an activity called the Mystery Spinner Game, and I want to give you the directions and make sure the expectations are clear so you have a good idea of what you're doing today. You are going to be in groups of 3 or 4, and every single person is going to have a packet that looks like this. It's a yellow packet, it says Mystery Spinner Game on top, and it gives the rules. And I'm going to go through each of those rules right now. It goes like this. You're each going to get 6 clue sets. Each clue set has 4 clues in it. And from those clues, you need to make a spinner and divide it into the correct parts. In your group, each person will take turn reading the clues, and then together you must decide how your spinner is going to look. You have to make sure it matches all of the clues. And you're going to label each part of your spinner. So if you had to split it into colors, red, blue, green, and yellow, you would say red was 1/2 or 50% or 0.5. You need to make sure that each part of your spinner is labeled with fractions, decimals, and percents. And then you have to check your spinner to make sure it is accurate. And once you think it's good and you think you have them all right, you will bring it up to the substitute teacher and show them, and they will either say, yes, that's right, and give you the next clue set to make your next spinner, or they will say, no, that's incorrect, you have some of it wrong, and then your group will go back, fix it, come and show again. You cannot move on to the next spinner until you have the first set done. And there are 6 clue sets, so you have to get through all 6. That is your goal. Okay, now we're going to go through an example together so you have a good idea of what you need to do in your group. So I need you to open up your yellow packet to the page that says draw a spinner to match these clues. It's that first one. It has 4 boxes of clues and then a circle. And we are going to do that one together. You should be opened up to the page that looks like this, and it says draw a spinner matching the following clues. You will get clue sets similar to this, and then you will have to draw your spinner on your circle. The first thing I like to do is look, how many things am I going to actually have to put on my spinner? How many topics? So in here it says it's going to be 4 kinds of sports equipment. And so I have a basketball, I'm going to have skates, frisbee, and sneakers. I like to know that just so I can start labeling over here. I'm going to have basketball, skates, frisbee, and sneakers. So I could win each of these. Now, when you do this, I like to put everything in fractions so I know what I need to split my spinner into. For the basketball, it's pretty easy. They tell you right away that it is 1/6. So I have a 1 in 6 chance of winning at basketball. For the next clue, it says you'll probably get skates about 40 and 240 spins. So I have a 40 out of 240 chance, which when I simplify would be 4 out of 24, and then the same as the basketball, which would be 1/6. My frisbee, it says I have a chance of getting a frisbee approximately 30.33. We know that 0.33 is the same as 1/3. Now my sneakers says I'm twice as likely to get sneakers as a basketball. Well, if I got basketball 1 out of 6 times, twice that amount is times 2 would be 2 out of 6. Now before I start, I have to decide how to split my spinner into how many sections. And since most of these have a denominator of 6, I think that would be a good option. So I need to make my frisbee, which is 1/3, into a denominator of 6. So the 1/3 is the same as 2/6. Now I can see that I have 2/6, 2/6, 1/6, and 1/6. So I need to divide my spinner into 6 parts. So if I do that, and you're going to do it kind of freehand, I'm going to do my best to make them pretty equal. That's thirds, and that would be about 6. Now I know it's not perfect, but you're going to do your best. Now you need to label your parts. So I need to make my pen smaller. I have basketball is one of those sections, 1/6. So you need to put it as a fraction, a decimal, which is 1.16 repeating, and then a percent, which is approximately 17% to the nearest percent. You need to have all 3 of these things in every section that you label. Skates is also 1/6. So I would have skates, and it would be the same labels as my basketball, 1/6, 0.16 repeating, and then approximately 17%. Okay, now we're going to move on to the Frisbee. And you can see that both the Frisbee and sneaker are going to be 2 of the 6 parts. So I want to erase this middle line so that I have a total area of 2/6. But you want to write your fraction in simplest form. So we're going to go back and use the 1/3. And so I would have Frisbee, label it 1/3, which we know is 0.33 repeating, which is approximately 33% when we round to the nearest percent. Then you will do the same for sneakers. Since it's 2 of these areas, I'm going to take out that line. You're going to want to shade or draw lightly with your pencils. Sneakers is the same as 1/3 as well. So I would label sneakers 1/3, 0.33 repeating, and approximately 33%. So your spinner should look like this. So when you would get done with this spinner, if you think it's accurate, you want to check with all your clue sets. So is the chance of getting a basketball 1/6? Yes. Would you get skates about 40 out of 240 times? Well, that's the same as 1/6. Yes, and it looks the same as basketball. Chance of getting a Frisbee are about 33%. Is that about a third? Yes. And sneakers, is it twice as likely as a basketball? It's like 2 of these. Yes. So I think it's correct. I would bring it to the substitute teacher, and I would say, is this one correct? And they will say yes or no. If it is, then they will say yep, and they will give you the new set of clues for the next spinner. If not, you will have to go back and correct it until you get it correct. Once you have it correct, you'll get your next set of clues, and you will be able to move on. Have fun with it. Good luck, and then I will see you guys on Monday.